Right, Matches, we start off in the first race of the afternoon with Titleist.
Yes, Andrew, he's been running close up, running places. The 1,000 slightly on the short side, but he keeps running on, hoping for going to be a bit soft and definitely a quartet inclusion.
A good element of hope, I would think, with Captain's Fort.
Yes, that's correct. He's a nice type of horse and improving. He's had a couple of runs now and I think he's getting the gist of it. I expect that he'll probably be in the money, hopefully in the first three, so add him in the exotics.
Okay, then you've got a quartet of runners in the second race, starting off with Midnight Velvet.
Yeah, she's shows a lot of speed in her races and then stopping at the end, but she's getting fitter now and more experienced, so I think she'll run a fair race on Saturday.
Rainbow Haze in the same race.
She's been off for a long time, so she might need the run.
And Sexy Cinderella.
Good second in Kimberley last time, but reserve runner. Let's just hope she gets in. If she gets in, has a place chance.
And then the last of your runners in that particular race is Sheer Talent.
Yeah, first run. She's a nice looking little filly. Could be a speedy sort, but I definitely will need the run. Be a bit green.
You got two in the third race. I don't think that they look like market toppers, but Elusive Breeze and Mount of Olives.
Andrew, yes, look, Mount of Olives had her first start the other day and she finished a furlong behind the second last horse, so I don't think we can expect much there. Hopefully she improved to be just a plain last and not a furlong behind. Elusive Breeze, a nice striding type of filly, but also not going to Hollywood, so really for the adventurous punters.
She ran a good race Monday. I view it basically as a gallop. If she doesn't get hammered by the second run, I think she should be competitive.
So then we move into the zone again with Snow Palace in the fourth.
Yes, she's a very decent filly. She ran third in the Tequini Group 1. Came unstuck a bit in the last start, but a very decent sort, and I think she could have the measure of that field, or if we don't win, at least be in the first three. So definitely an inclusion.
First leg of the pick six, you've got Lady Defiance and Stage Dance, and I would think that possibly the leaning would be to Stage Dance.
Yeah, she's fit. Lady Defiance wants a lot more. She's had a rest. She's had one or two issues. I think she'll improve with the run. Stage Dance is fitting well. She ran a very good race, I thought, behind Sean's filly. Celtic Sea.
Celtic Sea,
Yeah, and in a good space at the moment. I think she's a runner.
You would have had two runners. Spiro Optima is going to spearhead your attack because Hell of a Ride will be probably limping around rather sheepishly minus two big stones.
Two big stones will be gone, but he was also left in just to keep the field alive. Things we've got to do these days to make races stand up. But I think Spiro Optima is a nice horse. I think he's going to be a reasonable horse in time to come. I'd be disappointed if he wasn't super competitive in the race.
Yeah, I think we can draw a line straight through the horse that beat him last time out. He ran no kind of race in the Dingons. And
no, I'd say you draw a line through that. I mean, you can't make any deductions from his run in the Dingons. You've got to put it down to one of those type of runs that you put the line through. He's a nice horse. He ran very well as a juvenile, Group 1 level. And we ran behind him, inside track, mile, nothing in his favour, Spiro Optima. 10 furlongs, outside track, this is what he wants. So I'll be disappointed if he's not right there.
What about Afro Star in the sixth?
Fair last run over 1400. We bring her back to a shorter distance. She does show speed. Could run a place.
Nawasi is the stable companion in the same race?
Yeah, I think she's better over 1,000, but we just want to try once more over 1160.
Matthew is of the opinion that all four of your runners are competitive. Let's start off with Almeri in race 7.
Yeah, he probably been slightly disappointed that he took a while, or it took 3 runs to win a maiden. He won a 6 furlong last time, slightly short for him, kicked on late to get there. He's going to win his races.
Well, the horse that he beat, they think the world of, came out and won again.
Yes, the horse he beat that day was probably just in need of it and made the relative improvement. Yeah. But he seems a nice horse. He's a horse I've always rated. Again, a horse that took time to win his maiden. He's had issues in his time. He's never been straightforward. I don't think he gets much more. He's quite fast, this horse. And I don't think he gets much more than the 7 furlong. But he's also actually rated a bit.
Virtuo's obviously backed up after her maiden win. She won very well, but there wasn't a hell of a lot of depth in the field.
No, but if one goes on her form, the form's not bad. She ran second to Philip Sean's at Greyville, who then won a feature straight after that. So the form is actually not bad for this filly. And I think she's a reasonable filly. She should be very competitive.
Okay, and then something you would have said earlier on in your life, but not anymore, your place or mine?
I don't remember ever saying that. And I think he's going to need the run. He's a horse I like, but he's off an injury. He won his maiden and then he pulled up with a slab fracture. So he's had some time off, and I think he'll improve with the run.
And then what about Lily Starlet?
You know, we went to praying for some more rain for her. She likes her soft. If that happens, then she's got a place chance.
And her stable companion, Targaryen Queen?
We're putting a bit shorter. Last time 2000 was too far. I think she's better over the 16, which she won a few starts ago. So definitely include in the quartet.
Okay, then to put the lid on the day, Aquan and Galjoen in race 9.
Both horses that are going to win a race, maiden, they're just okay. Possibly a little short for Galjoen. Quan will be better in blinkers. But I wouldn't hang my hat on any of them. You know, they are very limited horses.
I expect Fast Draw to be our flagship there, so not expecting to win necessarily, but we should be finding the money. A horse like Crayspot is coming back, and Rumcut's got exposed form. With a bit of luck, we can come tail ends of quartets, so we'll be trying our best.
Well, as always, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Super, Andrew, thanks.
What did you make of the Greenpoint Stakes, given that Hawam was supposed to run, now runs in the Premiers? Everything seems to have gone well with his travel and his gallop at Kenilworth.
Sure, I thought it was a hell of a win by Vardy, because he beat a very fit horse in second, where a lot of horses were prepping, including the winner. So massively impressive. I get there was a slight weight swing, I think.
Yeah.
But he's obvious horse that's always been highly rated. They're running a reasonable time. They went a hell of a clip.
Yeah, the pacemaker went
Yeah,
right up there.
Yeah. So. You know, I still think it's hard to judge given so many horses were prepping, including the winner, because, you know, I'm thinking now how much improvement can he make? You know, coming off I think he had not run since May or June, May.
When
I
he
think.
beat One World.
Yeah. So they ran to form, and it probably worked out, you know, as ratings are, pretty well. So definitely a horse to keep it to. There's no doubt that he needs to be taken seriously. I think we've got the field was a couple of nice horses in that race.
Rainbow Bridge ran a cracker.
Absolutely.
Because he didn't really have the most trouble, less passage.
Yeah, he ran an absolute cracker. He was, you know, as you said, I didn't get a great passage. Always a little deep, a little, you know, pulling a little as well, running typically fresh. So I mean, he'd be the horse that I think's got a hell of a lot of improvement. I know Eric sent him after the July. I think he spelled him, albeit the winner coming off a layoff, but he's probably been in work longer than Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
So Rainbow Bridge, I mean, it's a proper horse at the end of the day. You know, he's going to be the one to beat.
And you never want to make excuses, but you have to draw a line to do it again because that's just not his ability.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think, you know, it's not a run you should even overanalyze. The fact is he just didn't run anywhere near as good as he is, and you just draw a line through it. I mean, I know it's frustrating as a trainer and an owner to have a horse run like that, but, you know, you can overthink things, over-analyze them, and, you know, you just draw a line. You can't even comment on the way the horse ran, because you know he's way better than that.